Hey everyone, I'm your host Suhana and I welcome you to the third season of the Goodfirms Leaders Roundtable podcast. Now, as a marketing executive and a podcast host, we launched our first episode around October 2022. And first of all, I can't believe that, it's been around almost 2 years now. And we've talked to many people, many marketing professionals, CEOs, CTOs, solution architects, and covered topics like mobile app development, software development, UI, UX, web design, SEO, DevOps, and many other things. Me and the team and everyone at Goodfirms are so thankful to everybody who has been listening to us from the very beginning and has been connected to us across different social media platforms, whether that is through LinkedIn, Instagram, through our researches, through our blogs, and through this podcast as well. So thank you everyone, and I can assure you that there's a lot more coming up. We have a lot of things that we are working on in the background. But for this episode, for the very first episode of the third season of the Goodfirms Leaders Roundtable, I want to welcome Rishi Dartich, founder and CEO of Ferocian Global. He is an AWS certified solution architect. And what is even more interesting is that the company he leads actually was started from his storeroom in 2018. So first of all, I welcome you, Rishi, to our podcast.
Thank you, Suhana. Thank you, Goodfirms, as well, for the opportunity. I look forward.
Definitely. And I believe that, when people hear the word that, a company started from a storeroom of the entrepreneur, many people start to think of big companies which are dominating the market, like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and all such companies. And I'm sure that your company is gonna be at that spot so soon. So I, along with my audience, I'm sure they're very curious to know about what motivated you to transform maybe a small project, because you might have started this as something as maybe a final year project for your college, but this has transformed into a global digital company, which I don't think you even thought of, right?
Absolutely. So, this dated back to 2011, Suhana. I'm an avid follower of Mr. Narayan Murthy and Mrs. Sudha Murthy from Infosys. So I started my very first business when I was in class 11, along with my uncle. Back then it was an online, ticket booking services business, which we both ran. But it did fail due to some operational challenges. But for me, a fair idea of entrepreneurship, and I'm sure it added me the bug of entrepreneurship as well. So in 2016, I started my professional career with Infosys, and there I learned, the way, they have been contributing in the clients' journeys. I realized that the small and medium enterprises should also get similar professional services. So that gave me the idea of something to do on a similar front for SMEs. Ironically, an Australian e-commerce company from Noble Park, Melbourne, which is in Australia, they reached out to me on 11th of Jan 2018. I still remember the exact date, through a common friend, and I agreed upon to help them fix some issues on their e-commerce portal. I did rally, my friends, and assembled a small team to take things on this exciting challenge, and which would soon become the foundation of Ferocian Global. So it was started long back with a storeroom, and I still have that label of Ferocian written in my storeroom with pencil. Wow. And I'll share that photo as well post this podcast. Yeah, thank you.
That's amazing. And the fact that you said that you started your entrepreneur journey when you were in class 11. So when I was in class 11, I was rushing from one tuition to another so that I could clear my engineering entrance so that I could get into a college. While that was really important, I believe that, having a early drive for entrepreneurship or something of that sort can help you go places, right?
Absolutely, rightly said.
Yeah. So I saw that Ferocian Global has a presence in over 7 countries, and for a company who has started in 2018 and have completed 6 years in the industry, that's an amazing feat to have. That its presence is in over 7 countries. So, what are some of the unique challenges or opportunities you encountered while expanding globally?
Right. That's an interesting question. So, like the very significant challenge which we overcame was the initial skepticism from potential clients outside India. Because there was this difference of doing business. There was difference of culture, language, country specific laws. So we had to keep in mind that we should be adhering to the laws of the land, as well as delivering whatever way possible. So, ensuring data privacy, for example, was a major concern, while we were expanding due to GDPR rules, etc. in Europe, particularly. Then security related, data security related issues, because obviously every land have their own rules and laws. So these were few challenges I can think of. And most important, many MSMEs were wary of investing in digital solutions due to their past experiences from cost perspective, from implementations perspective as well. So I believe our persistent work, allowed us to prove our value and establish, strong, lasting relationships. That is the reason we are profitably bootstrapped from last 6+ years and have been contributing in various businesses across the globe.
That's amazing. And I'm remembering a conversation that I had with someone earlier in the podcast. She is the CEO of Soup Agency, which we interviewed, and she talked about her experience as an employee has benefited her in creating a workplace as an employer that her workers will like, because when you reach that level, you sort of see that which things you did not like when you were an employee. So I believe as when you are working somewhere, that phase is equally important to let someone become successful when they become an entrepreneur. So as I was going through your profile, I saw that you also worked in the food industry for quite some time. So how did that help you understand your business and customer needs into on being a CEO for an IT company today?
Right. So, I did co-found The Pizza Central, which was a franchise-based cafe chain, along with two of my co-founders, again, school friends, and we did open around 25+ cafes across the country. So it was a franchise-based cafe chain, a one-stop food solution, FMB solution. So what I learned there is, like, for example, implementing a royalty program, which can improve services at the cafes, like the season changes quite often, in India. So coming up with seasonal menu, so that sales can be boosted, attracting new clients via social media marketing, running some sponsored ads during the time of festivals, etc. I was responsible for handling sales and marketing there. So I did put my hands into launching targeted campaigns, optimizing promotion strategies, which eventually played a crucial role in our growth as well. Day-to-day operations, for example, from IT perspective, if I talk about, improving softwares to train marketeers, as well as to manage the franchisees' overall operations, those challenges did help me in a very significant way, to start Ferocian, and accordingly from the experiences, build those things in Ferocian as well. So which again, if I summarize, from customer centric approach perspective, from ensuring that the attention to detail should be there, and emphasizing the need for adaptability, because in the digital age, the only thing which is constant, I believe, is change itself. adapt to the change, from marketing perspective, from operations perspective, from software perspective, and most important from human perspective as well. How you have to work with, let's say, a blue collar employee, and then how you're working with a white collar employee. The experiences make you a better person, and eventually I'm sure that helped me to run Ferocian as well in a more effective way.
That's amazing. And like you said, having experience of working with people across different uh, industry, like as
Yeah.
you said,
Yeah.
working with someone who works in the food industry to someone in the IT industry, the behavior and everything can change a lot, and the the lessons that you learn are actually helping you right now.
True that. True that.
That's amazing. And uh, thank you so much for sharing about your journey, for being completely transparent with how you started this company and what was your experience in the food industry as well.
Yeah.
So now moving on to the topic that we'll be talking about how to bring digital transformation to businesses via actually result driven technology and using marketing strategies.
Yeah.
So when we actually talk about any topic, we uh, almost by nature go into talking about AI. Like I've read this on many hoardings that AI is not the future; it's the present. It's here
Yes.
right now, where we are all are working right now, and everyone is behind implementing AI for their own use. So, how do you approach implementing AI tools in a company that is new to this technology? They just step foot in this, and they are doing this only because other companies are doing, and they don't want to be left behind.
Yeah.
So, what can be a step which these companies can follow so that they don't feel like they're left behind and they can serve to all their customers?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I can think of a few steps which I believe are really important as well. So, and based on my experience at Ferocian as well, so for example, first, we assess and understand the business needs. It is really important for you to understand the type of business you are and accordingly how these tools can be of help. You do have to, let's say, educate your stakeholders as well about the AI's potential in your particular business, how effective it can be. For that, strategic planning plays an important role. You should be very clear about your objectives and develop a very detailed roadmap that, okay, 6 months down the line, with the help of AI, this is going to happen. And for
Mm.
that happen, you have to select right AI tools. That's where the second step comes into picture. Now once you are sure that this is the roadmap, 6 months, let's say 1 year or 2 years down the line, this is what you are planning. So how you are going to achieve that? With the help of certain AI tools, and identifying, researching, let's say evaluating them, and then finalizing the best fit from reliable vendors perspective becomes a very, very important step. Then you can conduct, let's say, some pilot testing as well to gather feedback internally first, then roll out to your very trusted clients, and eventually roll out in mass as well. And you can make adjustment before, let's say, scaling up to the fullest, as in full
Mm.
scale deployment. Finally, I can think of, once it is deployed, then you need not to stop. You have to continuously monitor performance, gather feedback, and iterate on the implementation, to eventually improve and adopt the AI tools. So, there are various industries, in which now we can see AI is being heavily used, from, let it be manufacturing and engineering, tools and automotives, FMB, FMCG, aerospace, so on. So for financial industry, finance particularly. So I believe so, Hannah, like AI
Mhm.
is, as you rightly said, it is the need of the hour and it is the present. It's not the future. Future is going
Mm.
to be more comprehensive. It's going to be more AI oriented, and every company, some or other way, will be affected because of AI. So the sooner you adapt to it, better for you. And I feel like these steps which I've mentioned should help, any company. That's how we have done from marketing perspective as well, where we tested a few AI tools, implemented them, checked them, and then did changes as our need, and accordingly started full-fledged working on them as well.
Mm. Um, Thank you so much for sharing these points. And I truly believe that, the first step which you mentioned, that having a strategic plan end to end is
Yeah.
very vital in getting AI to actually work for you. Because if there is no end to end plan, then things can be left, midway, and no one actually really likes that.
Yeah. 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 So true.
And with the recent algorithm update, and then also the rise of search by social media platforms like TikTok or Instagram, a
Uh-huh.
lot has changed in the world of SEO. Like for
Yeah.
for a normal marketing executive, if they uh, go behind applying one SEO rule, then something else comes up, and then the entire ranking and everything gets ruined, and it's just a headache at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
how does one wrap their head around all of this information, all of these changes, and how can businesses, entrepreneurs find effective ways to ensure that SEO efforts which the company is putting in are not uh, going in vain?
I understand that. That's a very interesting question. SEO is changing. The
Mm.
algorithms are changing so fast now. So and moreover, we have been discussing this internally, Suana, that from SEO now, at least Google and other search engines are moving towards GEO, which is generative experience optimization. So I can think of few things which I believe every entrepreneur, or at least from marketing perspective, professionals and SEO analysts, executives can take care. Now, the most important thing is, as you have rightly highlighted, you have to stay informed about SEO trends as well as the
Mm.
algorithm changes. As soon as you see something is changing, you have to read about them in detail and accordingly see how you can adapt to them, to stay ahead. I can give you a few examples. Yeah. So let's say recently Google updated, and is now emphasizing more on user intent and content relevance.
Mm.
Focusing on AI overview. If you search for a particular topic now, you will see boxes coming with the answers and links attached to it, right? So
Mm.
people are actually getting the gist of the answer without even going to the actual page. Google
Mm.
snippets are playing a very important role in the same as well. So how you can optimize your content to get featured as a featured snippet on Google? Algorithms have done the change. There are enough articles to read and adapt your content changes accordingly. So I believe you have to be relevant. You have to be informed about the SEO trends, in a way that there are portals available, where you can just go and identify. Google Analytics, for example, they update every week about some of the changes, whatever they are doing. Follow them and accordingly strategize. Second thing I can think of, which is really important, is to maintain your website, marketplace, portal, directory, website, whatever it is, technically
Mm.
optimized. At least have a tech SEO score of, let's say, 85 or above,
Mm.
to at least adhere with the standards which these algorithms are suggesting. For instance, you can optimize your core web vitals, via Google Search Console Analytics to rank your website higher and stay ahead of your competitor. And you talked about TikTok and Instagram as well.
Mm.
They are increasingly used for search nowadays. So for that to happen, one really have to check how you can create an engaging content.
Mm.
Nowadays everybody is talking about reels, and on
Mm.
YouTube as well, there's YouTube Shorts. So,
Mm.
and the attention span time is like 6 to 7 seconds. So if
Mm.
you utilize Instagram Reels format, for example, to highlight your product or services in a very organic way, where you're not promoting it as well, and then you're talking about your product or your service as well, and
Mm.
that will happen. Like, people will stick to it if the gist of it is being shared, and as I said, the attention as in span time. So 6 to 7 seconds, first 6 to 7 seconds of your content from SEO perspective as well. If somebody is searching on TikTok or on Instagram, if your reel have that enough capacity to let the visitors stay, then your chances of staying ahead your competitor increases. And the more people interact and engage, it helps more on the platform as well, because then algorithm understand, okay, this reel is performing pretty well. Another thing I can is you can collab as well with people, utilize very relevant hashtags. There are various hashtag strategies available. So these ways on TikTok and Instagram, one can grow organically. Right now, with focusing on shorter length content, under 30 seconds. And if it is a podcast stuff like of which we are doing right now, then let's have it around 5 to 30 minutes and then upload it on channels like YouTube, and LinkedIn also have come up with LinkedIn event that can be also utilized.
Right. And while we are talking about SEO, Tisha, what are some of the most effective on-page SEO techniques that businesses can focus on to improve their search engine rankings?
I understand. So, the very first thing I can think of here is your keywords. The keywords play a major role, so optimization of them. For example, you should utilize relevant keywords in titles, in meta descriptions, in headers, and throughout your content, on your emails, alt tag, etc. Second, you need to have a very, unique, high quality content. And what is the easiest way of doing it? The easiest way is to write blogs, but not use ChatGPT or some other, AI tools which are there for writers and all. Think from Google algorithm perspective as well, or any search engine algorithm perspective. They want mix of things. And moreover, what we have seen in the recent times, human generated content, which is unique enough, they have higher chances of staying in AI overview, featured snippet, etc. That's what we do at Ferocian as well. All the SEO analysts here, content, creators know pretty well that your content needs to be unique enough, and maximum time, it's human generated content and less AI content, which is really ranking higher. So accordingly, you have to utilize. Then from UI UX perspective, you can utilize, let's say, to check your speed, use Google Page Speed Insights to keep a check of how your UI UX overall experiences for the user. Internal linking also plays a very important role as well. Your page should be referring to other pages as well, which actually helps in generating, good traction from link. As in the more number of internal links you have on your own website, it helps in traversing the visitors as well and making algorithms understand where to go and what is the structured setup. Then obviously, if you have done all these changes from on page, like I've given few examples, there are many such, but let's say how you process, how you will track, even if they are helping you to improve your SEO score or SEO rankings eventually. So for the same, you can utilize tools like, let's say SEMrush, Href, Moz, Google Search Console, Google Analytics, etc. Have all these embedded on your website. Check, so many metrics are available today, to check how is it performing, where people are really landing, and accordingly further optimize as well. The key here is to load your page as soon as possible. Make sure that the content is relevant as well as it's unique. Make sure that you utilize less AI tools and more human touch it needs to have, plus meta title, meta description, alt tags. There are so many other things as well, but right now I can think of these are as important things to take care for on-page SEO.
These are some really great points. Things like internal linking, then improving the user experience. Then you talk about page speed, and internal linking keeps the reader on the website for a longer duration of time. The bounce rate also goes less. So those are some really important points which businesses can focus on to improve their search engine rankings. And while we're on that, I believe that one more channel which AI companies and any sort of companies focuses a lot on building a community, a brand, bringing businesses, bringing clients, funding investors, anything is LinkedIn at the moment, because people really want to grow on LinkedIn. Like that is their first goal. That is a powerful platform for business networking. So what are some key strategies business can use to maximize their presence on LinkedIn and grab clients, investors, or like that?
Yeah. So, I believe businesses can focus on a few key strategies. You have to ensure that your company page, which you have created, see, company page is different, and your profile is different. I have also observed a lot of good brands. They are still using, their profile, as in they use profile, a feature of LinkedIn, and then they post all company updates on it. And then, to few of our clients as well, we told them why it is important to have a company page and not company as a profile. So then we had to switch to company page as well. So have a very compelling description, have relevant hashtags and keywords to it. Specialty section, for example, there is this on LinkedIn company page, and you have to utilize let's say professional visuals. Let's take Ferocian as an example. We have high quality images, clear company description, proper contact sales button, featured content, newsletters added to it. So these things in the company page will help you portray your brand as a good, decent brand, and eventually people can trust you if you're an early stage startup, if you are just starting, or even if you're an SME. If I particularly talk about how you can utilize LinkedIn platform from content perspective, so you need to have consistency with valuable content. For example, you can talk about your industry insights, you can talk about case studies. Even if I say even if you have 100% publish it on LinkedIn in the form of a newsletter you want to do, you do that. In form of proposal you want to do, please do that as well. It's really important for people to know with whom you have worked and what you delivered, and the easiest way that is utilize case studies. You have to engage with your audience as well, and respond to comments, participate in the discussion. LinkedIn top voice for personal branding is also really important, and I believe it's a great feature for, so for example, I'm in information technology top voice on LinkedIn. I've been contributing on a lot of discussions, topics, particularly on IT side. So one can also utilize such channels and features available in order to stay ahead. You can obviously join LinkedIn groups, even if you're targeting, let's say Europe, you're targeting the States, Australia, wherever. Join that region's LinkedIn group and share your content. Engage with other stakeholders there, and that will help you to become a better brand. So I think these key things as a strategy, if I talk about from content upload perspective, LinkedIn itself is suggesting now that you should be posting thrice a week. So try posting thrice a week. Once you can post a poll, another you can come up with a carousel post, third you can talk about your company engagement, your employee activities, achievements, awards, etc. These things will help you to become a brand on LinkedIn, and eventually it can also help in generating some sales as well. Sales Navigator, is a very important tool which can be utilized. We are utilizing for few of our clients and for ourselves as well. So that can help. I have seen a lot of professionals using LinkedIn Premium as well. So that is also one to enhance your credibility and your brand. So these are the things which I believe, if companies utilize well on LinkedIn, then yes, their brand will organically grow and they need not to spend too much on paid ads.
True, exactly. And those are amazing points that you have added here. And I'm going to add your LinkedIn profile link and also your company's profile link in the podcast description below, so that people can go to your page, look at what you've been posting, and look at more at your profile, so that they can get inspired and complete their profile and optimize their profile for better content. And while we are talking about digital transformation, I think it can happen not just relying on marketing strategies, but also using the upcoming technology for the betterment of the company and the clients that they are serving. And one of them is the cloud technology, which is so much in right now, and many people talk about it. So cloud technology is the almost like a cornerstone of modern business infrastructure. So, how do you guide companies in integrating cloud solutions to enhance their efficiency and scalability?
Yeah. So, as an AWS certified solutions architect myself, we
Mhm.
did a lot of changes from cloud perspective here at Ferocian as well. I'll give few steps which I believe can help, the listeners. So, first you have to assess your company's current IT setup and,
Mhm.
identify the specific needs and goals based on your current operations. Maybe, if it's just, let's say a few pages website, you can host on cloud, that's not a problem, but then there are cheaper solutions available as well, and you can, if you are thinking from cost effectiveness perspective, then you can opt that. But if
Mhm.
your market, if it's a marketplace, if it's season oriented business, and you believe it's all digital, I'm just giving one such example, then cloud
Mhm.
comes as a as a savior for you, because cloud have a lot of flexibility from load balancing perspective, disaster recovery perspective, higher availability perspective. You can have your application running in multiple regions same time. So assess the company's current IT setup, and then if you have assessed it well, next which you should do is you select the appropriate cloud model. There is a
Mhm.
hybrid model available where you can have on-prem and on cloud as well. Then you can have public cloud as one of the options. Then you can utilize private cloud as another option as well. So based on your budget requirements, future forecasting, you have to decide which type of cloud model you would like to focus. So for example, a hybrid model can offer flexibility by combining on-premises infrastructure with cloud resources. Yeah,
Mhm.
and one this is also important for conventional businesses who have their IT setup all on-prem. You need to have a very clear data migration strategy,
Mhm.
ensuring data integrity and minimizing downtime during the transition as well. For example, if Amazon.com now think that it needs to move its entire marketplace to cloud, it's a mammoth task and it's going to take months.
Mhm.
So accordingly, and then you cannot just migrate everything to cloud as well. I can think of, let's say, any government agency planning to move to cloud, they will, I'm sure they will go towards the approach of hybrid itself, where the most
Mhm.
crucial stays on prem, and things which can be moved to cloud, private cloud, obviously. So that's how I believe one should follow. While you are focusing on cloud, one have to make sure that security and compliance are, they are paramount, and they are really important. You have to do regular audits, SOC type 1, type 2 sort of audits, ISO audits, etc. Then you also have to train your employees, because eventually they want to utilize these cloud services, and they need to be handy as well with providing support to end customers and clients. So I believe with proper monitoring as well as optimization, every business can today utilize some or other capabilities of cloud computing.
Right. And Rishi, how can businesses actually access the cost effectiveness of moving to cloud solutions? And suppose if I, as a business, wants to move to cloud solution, what should I consider? What factors should I consider before making this transition?
Yeah. So I say this to my clients straightforward, just do one thing: compare your current on-premises costs, like
Mhm.
hardware, maintenance, IT services, and support staff, etc., with your cloud subscription fees. Let's say, for
Mhm.
instance, Netflix moved to the cloud to lower operational costs itself, right? And eventually it has improved their service reliability as well.
Mhm.
So cloud solutions does allow businesses to scale resources based on demand. For example, if you are an e-commerce platform, and for an e-commerce platform, increasing capacity during peak times without additional service, servers can be one of the most important factor which they have to realize and assess on the cost front. The other thing which you have to consider is disaster recovery benefits, because cloud providers offer, let's say, robust data backup and quick recovery, reducing your eventual risk and cost of data loss, which are crucial. For example, for financial services, they are really important as well. Then to assess, one have to keep a check of security and compliance, about which I was talking earlier as well.
Mhm.
Cloud provider, should meet relevant regulations and offers strong security measures as needed. For example, HIPAA certification is really important. So eventually, as a company, you should consider long-term benefits like, access to advanced technologies, cloud nowadays also including AI to it. From analytics perspective, you have to keep a check on. Well, you have to make sure that if a disaster happens, then how quicker disaster recovery can take place. And I believe cloud is more reliant, more reliable as compared to on-prem. And I feel, apart from cost, the other thing is of ease of doing stuff. On cloud it is easier once your professional is trained. There are a lot of professionals available today in the market from cloud computing perspective as well, from AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, etc. So I believe moving towards cloud with these parameters keeping checked will help companies to assess and come to the conclusion.
Exactly. And as we are talking, we are talking about one technology and focusing, even businesses, when they focus on a single technology, they often find themselves, lacking in others because the digital landscape is changing so often. Just like marketing, even the digital landscape is constantly changing, and before you know, one thing is old and the other thing comes up. So how do you help your clients adapt to these changes and stay competitive?
Yeah. So, internally, what we do is as I was talking about from SEO perspective as well, we follow a lot of channels where updates are coming. I can give a couple of examples. Let's say I suggest everybody as a marketing, if you're a marketing professional, if you're an SEO professional, and if you're a founder, CEO, CXO, do follow Neil Patel on LinkedIn. I've been following him for more than a year now, and trust me, it helps a lot. He comes up with major updates. I learn from it. My team learn from it. Eventually, we do our own research as well, and then come to a conclusion and accordingly, do the updates or changes or learn from knowledge perspective as well. So you need to be agile enough. I feel an agile strategy should help. For example, to keep a track of industry trends and emerging technologies. If a new platform becomes really popular, then we also as a marketer integrate it into our marketing plan to leverage its potential. Why I talk about it? Because that's what it is in trend. Carousel on LinkedIn plays a major role. Newsletter on LinkedIn is also really important. One can even create an event on LinkedIn and go live on LinkedIn. So these things, when you are keeping a check of what is happening, and accordingly you have to follow people who are industry leaders, well renowned, and they really help. Then apart from it, I believe data-driven decision making is also important. You have to analyze your performance metrics as a marketer. You have to do real-time adjustments to your ads, to your organic strategy in order to help your campaign provide better results, both organic and paid. And eventually I feel like you also have to encourage clients to invest in innovative technologies. Let's say you came up really important and it's costing heavily and your client is not getting convinced, then what is the purpose of you doing all this research so far? Let's take an example. You can integrate AI tools for marketing automation, which can eventually enhance your overall marketing. But to convince your client to pay for that AI tool is your responsibility, and that is possible with the help of data proven results, or leading people talking about it, you realizing its potential, your team realizing its potential, and eventually convincing the client. So I believe following right people, keeping a check of latest articles and blogs, convincing the clients, and doing the proper strategy, building in. If you are planning to change and adapt, then how often are you going to change? 3 months, in a frequency of 3 months, 2 months, etc. That also plays a major role.
Right. Thank you so much for concluding this question in such a beautiful way, where you actually talked about change in the landscape with relating to the marketing field, but also in the cloud technology field. And that's what we were trying to do with this episode, because both of these two things depend on each other. And if companies want to grow, they just don't have to focus on one thing, technology or marketing. They have to just take both, and these two things will help them grow, right?
Yeah.
So thank you so much. That brings us to the end of the questions, Rishi. It has been such a insightful conversation, starting from knowing about Ferocian Global, starting from your storeroom and your humbling experience that you even have that sticker that you had in your storeroom in 2018, to actually moving from that to talking about marketing, SEO, LinkedIn, and to obviously talking about cloud, to talking about how businesses can stay afloat and grow in this competitive phase. So that brings us to the very first. That brings us to the end of the very first episode of the Good Firms Leaders Roundtable podcast of this season. Thank you so much to our listeners who have been listening to us till the very end, and we'll be linking our social media platform links down below in the podcast description. So if you have any feedback, if you want us to talk to someone specific, or you want us to talk about a particular topic, you can let us know via our social media platforms and we will talk about it. That's me, Suhana, signing off.